Hi folks, this is Ron Smith coming at you again, and I'm excited actually to be here continually moving forward, continue to come to you with some bite-sized morsels of truth. Something's gonna help set you free. Something's gonna put you on the right path to living drug-free for life. And I just wanna congratulate you for showing up to your own recovery. And what does that mean? That means this program is for those who are struggling with drug addiction, for those that are doing really well and moving forward. I want to congratulate you for moving in a great positive direction. And for those that are supporting someone that's struggling with drug addiction. You may want to listen to this one, because in this episode, I want to talk to you about beating your last best. That's right. That means beating your last best is that how long have you lived without any type of drugs or alcohol? That means how much time do you have from your last use? That's what you're competing against. So often in this profession, I do one-on-ones, I do sessions with individuals, and one of the number one things I hear is what other people are doing. Like, for example, someone may have a story of what someone else is doing, or how they was influenced by this friend or by this family member. But it doesn't matter what they're doing. Or they may have fallen off and you were influenced, and now you think, because they fell off, that recovery is not possible. But only one that you're competing against, only one I'm competing against is myself. There was a time when I couldn't keep 2 weeks clean. And so that was my best. And so that was my goal, is to beat my last best, 2 weeks. So we want to applaud you if you even have 1 day clean. But how long have you had clean and sober without going to jail or prison or in some type of drug program, but just on your own, and that you made a decision not to use? I know there's a guy, and I want to give you a clip real quick of Mike, who shared with me some of the things that he was able to take away from some of these messages. And if you feel the urge or the inclination to send me something about how these videos are impacting your life, I'd like to hear about that. And I may even feature it in one of the videos. If you can actually share some of your positive moves and some of your development with the world about how you are making better life choices and living drug-free for life, which is the goal of this particular video, to help you live drug-free for life. I know I often have individuals that have a challenge with that language or that terminology, drug-free for life, drug-free forever. But I'm here to tell you, you can do it. I know the evidence-based curriculum, the evidence-based programs normally are, looking at outcomes, they're looking at numbers, they're trying to meet a program protocol and stuff like that. But you know what? My life for the last 15 years is the evidence. There's no place you can go read where Ron Smith did X, Y, Z because of the evidence of going to AA meetings or showing up to 3 groups a week for an hour and a half each. But I took it serious. So this program is to help you take it serious, where you become your own evidence for living drug-free for life. So we don't have any outcome measurements, but you could send a video of yourself like Mike did and take a look.
Hey, what's going on, Ron? Just want to say thank you, man, for all your videos. I appreciate you, man, and the tools that you're giving us, man, are extremely useful. I know that you're led by the Spirit, because a lot of the things that you're teaching and saying and breaking it down for us, man, is already been given to me by the Holy Spirit. I'll be using them as well. Keeping busy, just doing different things that I like personally, getting out, walking, and just changing my company and my mindset. And all of that, man. I just want to say thank you, man. Love you, and keep doing what you're doing, man.
Mike, thank you so much for sharing that with the audience. I think that that's going to make an impact on individuals that can see that the information that you're getting, where you are now implementing something new in your life, exercising, doing these coping strategies that really helped you. So thanks again. But to beat your last best, you want to see how long you've been clean. It could be 1 week, it could be 1 month, it could be 1 year. I know I had 2 years clean at one time and I relapsed. So that was my goal. To beat my last best was to be clean and sober for 2 years. There was another guy I was working with that only was able to put together 2 weeks of being clean and sober over a course of 2 years. So every 2 weeks, that was the pattern. Well, his best was 2 weeks, so that was his goal. So here's the thing. Once you beat your last best, whether it's 2 weeks or 2 years, once you reach that goal, here's what you do. You go as far as you can go. See, that's the next goal. You beat your last best time frame and then see how far you can go. We call that the pink cloud. You ever heard of that? Pink cloud. Or the honeymoon stage. Honeymoon. Now, the reason we call it that, because it's pretty normal, what you just described, where you won't have anything because you're tired, you you resolved, I'm going back to work now. And you could be just like they say, because a few people, some last for hours, and some people may not experience this at all. And you could be that person that don't experience it at all, but here's why I caution people from last use being within 90 days. This is a period. It's like, when you first met your girl.
Yeah.
See, what we call the honeymoon stage.
Yeah.
You just met her.
Open the door.
Everything's all good.
Do all the little extra shit.
Right, yeah. At the beginning.
Yeah.
And so every 2 weeks in, you're good.
Yeah.
1 month, it's still that honeymoon kind of period. After a while, though, it's like, I'm always cautioning the person, and even you could still not go there, but you make sure, you'll be sure to remember what we had this conversation on.
Yeah.
You'll be sure that we had this conversation because I'm already identifying it, only because it's a predestined place, remember? And it's a behavior, not you. And so this behavior will try to creep up in 90 days or even 120 days because everything's gonna be going good. I'm good, I feel great. See, but it's good to make our decisions not on feelings. I did ask you how you feel though, and that's a whole nother teaching. Our teachers, I don't do it in here, the 5 stages of change. But anyway, we don't make our decisions based on our feelings. We make our decisions based on time in recovery. Based on the length of time. Mm-hmm. Why would you think that? Why would you think that it would be how can I put it, best practices or wisdom to make decisions based on your time in recovery rather than your feelings?
I would say more time you have under your belt, you're gonna make smarter decisions.
Ding, 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 ding. Absolutely. Because see, so many people come into treatment and just because they're sitting here, a week goes by, they feel great. A month, no problem, not even thinking about it. See, that's they don't have enough, they're making the decisions right now, it's emotional. And of course you feel good, and I want you to feel good. Mm-hmm. I just want you to be cautious of that's part of this behavior trick.
Yeah.
See, to creep back up after the honeymoon stage is over, and after what we call the pink cloud of feeling good, looking good, feeling healthy, is coming now back to, how can I put it, this even keel. And then, now what am I gonna do with my thoughts? See, so when a person comes in recovery, we say the action stage of recovery is not when you act or your first day in treatment. That's not the action stage. The action stage of recovery, when would you think the action stage of recovery would be?
I don't know. What's your first?
3 to 6 months. That means you're not even in action stage. you're in what we call the preparation stage. So you got pre-contemplation is a denial. I don't have a problem. Then pre-contemplation and contemplation is hey, maybe I do have a problem. Maybe I do have to take a look at it. And then the preparation is calling around or even stepping into treatment.
Yeah.
Now the action stage starts 3 months or 6 months after, here we go, after last use. So it doesn't matter how you feel. 3 to 6 months after your last use is when you really begin in your action stage. Why?
Because the time you have in your body.
Because the time you have, and you have evidence. You, not for someone else. You don't have evidence for me. You don't have evidence for your boss. You don't have evidence for your girl. You got evidence for yourself.
Yeah.
Because say, let's take your friend, for example, that calls you and does all that. Now, I don't know how long he's had clean. Do you remember a length of time that he's had clean?
30 days.
He had a 30-day clean.
We're going on 30 days.
Oh, so he keeps doing that every 30 days maybe? So if you look back, and I'm trying to determine a pattern.
He hasn't had 30 days in a couple of years.
A couple of years, so then.
Been like 2 weeks.
2-week pattern.
Yeah.
So every 2 weeks, he'll go back. So he could put together 2 weeks normally.
Yeah.
All right, so that's why we do.
He hasn't put 2 weeks together in a long time.
So now this timeline makes sense. Because see, if you would do that for him, or see, you already know in 2 weeks I'll probably hear from him again. And it's been these years, so it's pretty predictable.
Pretty predictable, yeah.
Okay, see, and so you be looking at him. You want to see him get past 2 weeks. So even though he feels good in a week, you know you watching.
Yeah.
And that's what happens if you don't give yourself. See, and this is why if we watch others, people are watching us. And so instead of people watching me, I'm watching myself. I'm putting myself on this timeline.
Yeah.
Not because I'm telling you, or Dr. D. Clemente is the one that put this together, but it's a self-assess. It makes sense because 3 to 6 months after last use is when action begins. Because here you can do, just say, this is action. So every day I'm filling this up with action. And now 3 months or 6 months later, I got something to present.
Yeah.
Here's my action. See what I'm saying? But before that time, you have no evidence.
Yeah.
See, you have no, right now, this guy, we're just using him as an example. I mean, he has no time and recovery evidence.
Yeah.
Not for the world.
For himself.
Yeah, but for himself. So now I can just watch a person's pattern, and after that long, that tells me, see, every time 1 week in, he's gonna be in this pink cloud because he feel like I got it this time. I'm good.
Yeah.
And then you're waiting for the 2 weeks but he's not, because he's not getting this information that you're getting, that you know now that that's a pink cloud timeline. This is a pink cloud. You got to get past that. See, and you can do that on yourself. 90 days later, hey, I haven't smoked in 90 days.
Yeah.
And then you got your 90 days. That's 3 months is what? Or 30, 60, 90. Yeah, 90 days. And so you can put yourself on that for a self-assessment, not because I said it, but because it makes sense, because you be able to determine and measure your own track record. See what I mean? You can measure it yourself. You don't need me. You don't need some professional. You can do it yourself by putting yourself on this timeline, and then that's your measurement, like a measure stick. And now we already been able to measure this guy every 2 weeks. You know something's gonna happen. Now, once you get past the 2 weeks, you may even want to share this with him, because you can pull this up actually online, Google. It's called the 5 stages of change. And so the 5 stages of change says, you haven't even begun to act yet, because person say, I'm in recovery, I've been clean 2 weeks. Now, I applaud the 2 weeks. I'm not taking away from a person's 2 weeks. That's an accomplishment. That's not something that we discount.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we want to get you into the stage of action, which is having the time under your belt that gives you the evidence and the confidence.
Gives you a fighting chance.
Yeah, to keep going.
Gives you a fighting chance.
Yeah. So you're competing against yourself. I always say beat your last best. See, when you, that's where comparison comes in. We don't compare, but we beat our last best. So what was your best? How long was you off of weed?
Years.
How many?
7 years.
Okay, so 7 years. So now there's your goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Beat your last best. No, you don't compare yourself to nobody in the world other than your own last best.
Yeah.
See, now when I look at that and I say, you know what? My last best was 7 years. That's my goal. I'm on my way. Nobody's stopping me. My uncle not stopping me. My parents not stopping me. My best friends that continue to use not stopping me. I don't even have to tell them either, because it had nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
It got everything to do with me, because I know what my last best was. And so now, that's where I'm gonna have my heading over there. And nobody gonna stop me. Because see, here's what happens when you go in recovery. Think about this. So you wake up and you open your eyes to your recovery, right? And now you see this vast territory that has not even been explored yet. Because most people, when they get on the other side, they just look in front of them, see what's in front of them. That's too close. You got to be looking over there. Look at all, this is the freedom territory. It's so vast that you can't even see the end.
Yeah.
That's how recovery is. Recovery is like a person has this territory that they haven't even explored yet. You've been on this side of the territory, you know, smoking dope and being in the dark side, neurotransmitters, dying and all that stuff. But then as soon as you turn to do right, all this is in front of you, but you only see what's in front of you. So people don't look up and see, wow, I got a lot on this side.
Yeah.
My family's on this side, you know, I got my job, I got a career, I got schooling if I want to, all these possibilities that are right there in front of you. And I tell you, it's something that can be accomplished. So, and I want you to be able to hear the message that's being delivered, not the mess. So what I mean by that is, I might not deliver this message in a way that you can receive it. But you know what? It's for those that can hear the message that's going to make the changes. So I'm encouraging you to make those changes. And with that said, I want you to like this page. I want you to share this page. I want you to subscribe to this page. And once again, you know, you could send a video of yourself that way we can feature it on some of our videos. And so I want you to get your life together and keep your life together all the days of your life. And we'll see you on the next video.